If you got little ones, muff their ears for a second. What the hell is happening with this offense in the third quarter? Why are we so sluggish? What can I tell you from charting all the plays and breaking down the flow of football games? All right, y'all. You've been asking for this one. Here it is. Let's get into it. What's up, Cerebral football fans? My name is Steven Hyder. This is Gate City Sports Channel. And if you're new to the channel, it's maybe the first, second, third time you caught my content and you enjoyed today's discussion. Hey, man, we're on a journey. We're on a path that just crossed us over 6,600 subscribers, and we're heading towards 7,500 subscribers. I would love for you to join the Cerebral football community. Just need you to hit that subscribe button to do that. To my OG subscribers here, and I'm going to ask you to do here, hat in hand, hit that thumbs up button, smash the like button, help me spike this algorithm and get this in front of new people that we could potentially convert into our little community here on the YouTube. All right, y'all. Today's topic. Third down, I'm going to call this really like proficiency. Like, what can I tell you about the game plan? What can I tell you about the execution? What can I tell you about the flow of football games in the third quarter? Because I'm going to be honest with you. It's quite a complex story here. But I'm going to take it piece by piece and just kind of give you my perspective on what I see from charting every single play. The very basics. We're talking about 14 possessions, 14 opportunities in the third quarter, which has resulted in 17 points, although I will give you one heads up here that one possession started in the third quarter, led to a field goal in the fourth quarter, so most of the production did come from the third quarter. Nonetheless, it ain't skewing the needle that much because we've only scored 17 points. When I went to StatHead has this listed as running 88 plays. When I did my own internal audit, quick edit, after 3 days of this stuff, I can tell you that there's a total of 81 plays run in the third quarter, but even my totals are off because I have one negated play. I got 82 factored into my run and pass ratio, so somewhere I have a negated play still counting. I'll try to figure it out. We'll see, guys. But 81 total. I'm a little disagreeing here, but I'm going to tell you the truth. It doesn't matter because it ain't moving the needle. The simple fact is, StatHead has us ranked 29th. I think my statistics will put us 28th. The bottom of the line, there's a big difference from what I showed you in the first quarter. I told you we're about to break out in that first quarter. Don't lose hope there. We lead the league in plays in the whole 9 yards in the first quarter. That doesn't hold when we look at the second quarter. And I filtered by the amount of games, guys. So I know that we've been on a bye week now, so now you got to look at kind of a per game basis. You can't just use total numbers. It's not good, guys. I mean, we are not getting the job done coming out of halftime. Run to pass ratio in terms of the flow of the game. I want to warn everybody right here, I'm still conducting my own internal audit because I can tell you right now the numbers that StatHead, which is a paid subscription by the way, is reporting is not correct. You can't have 88 plays but only have 69 plays accounted for in your run to pass ratio. I'm still charting run to pass, trying to break down what is a designed run versus what is a scramble, all that kind of stuff, but I'm just going to hope that their percentages are at least somewhere in normality here. But they have it 61%, pass to 39% run. Update number 2. So as I told you just a few minutes ago, guys, I still have one play that was clearly aborted. It was clearly a penalty. Something happened that should not have been counted. So I'm counting 82 and there's 81 plays, but I can lend some credibility to what StatHead has. Because on my 82 plays, I got 49 passing plays, 33 running plays, which works its way out to a 59.75 to 40.24 percentage point. Put another way, guys, 60 to 40 pass to run ratio. They had it, I want to say 61-39, so it's 1 percentage point off, but it is somewhat credible. I got my doubts about this because I know some things about when this team kind of falters, when it sputters the offense, what is happening beneath the surface. To start, I know a lot of you guys are probably wondering, well, what about the RPO offense? Is that maybe confusing certain companies and that's why their reporting's all over the wall? Possibly, but I did chart RPO offenses and I wanted to know, teams that have run at least 20 RPO plays on this season, okay? And it's only 9 teams. That's Atlanta, Miami, Baltimore, Kansas City, Buffalo, San Francisco, Tennessee, Denver, and Philly. If you guys need a nice even number because you don't like 9, you want to see that in sequences of 10, the 10th team would be the Giants, who are just under that threshold of 20 plays. But nonetheless, when you look at teams like Atlanta, who's run 46 passes to 19 rushing attempts off of RPOs. They've scored 31 points, basically, in that third quarter. 84 to 79 overall in terms of the consistency and the flow of first half or second half. There's examples all over the place, guys, to where, to begin with, there's only 2 teams out of those 10 teams that we've talked about who have scored more points in the second half than they've scored in the first half. One is Kansas City, who is completely balanced. 14 RPO passes, 14 RPO runs, 106 points in the first half of games, 117 points in the second half of games. And the other team is the Giants, who are also fairly balanced. 9 RPO passes to 8 RPO runs, which works its way out to about a 53-point, scoring differential in the first half versus a 97-point outcome in the second half of games. Those are the only 2 organizations that are scoring more points in the second half than first half of games. I was just kind of looking to see disparity here, like Miami. Miami just doesn't run off of RPOs. It's kind of like the Nick Foles, kind of offense setup they have there, but they're not running it at all. I mean, Nick Foles was definitely high RPO college offense. We brought him in 2017 to replace Carson, but they've run 27 RPO plays, and all 27 of them have been passing plays so far, which they've only scored 16 points in the third quarter, 83 in the first half, 64 in the second half. So there's definitely these disparities all over the place. There's great outcomes. San Francisco, very balanced. 24 RPO plays on the season, 12 passing, 12 rushing. In terms of third quarter points, though, only 13 points, less than the Eagles. And then in terms of the differential on the season, 92 points in the first half, 53 points in the second half. The reason we're all here, what is the Eagles' numbers in this situation? Philadelphia has run 31 passing RPO plays compared to 18 rushing RPO plays. They have put up 17 points in the third quarter, and they have 126 points scored in the first half versus 35 points scored in the second half. In my opinion, RPOs aren't the problem. RPOs are not what's leading to this at all. In my opinion, when I track all this information and I look over every single sequence of plays, 14 possessions, 4 of those possessions have resulted in points. 3 of them occurring in the third quarter, 1 of those spilling into the fourth quarter.
Just lean on him. It is Gainwell on the 10th play of the drive.
So we can knock off 4 possessions, right? So now we're looking under the microscope at 10 possessions. All right. Of those 10 possessions, 6 of them have resulted in either a hold or a sack.
Holding. Offense. Number 68. 10-yard penalty.
That's what I think is the larger issue, is that this offense gets put behind the sticks when it gets into dangerous second and third down situations. We see the offense sputters, it stalls, it doesn't go anywhere. And, there's some pretty good examples of this. Arizona with a hold on one sequence of it, they come back, get some of the yardage from the hold, then they get sacked.
Fotu just came off with such strength.
Batman taking the hits, but keeps on ticking here as Hurts drops. Throws. Oh.
Out here.
Hurts, the blitz is on. And they got him at midfield.
So, we can see that these little outcomes kind of play their way into it. Dallas had 2 consecutive, possessions in the third quarter where they got a sack because we were in a third and long situation. How do we fix this? I got to be honest, guys. I don't have the answer for it. If I had the answer for how you fix this situation, guys, I'd be Nick Sirianni's right-hand man. They'd have me on the coaching staff. But I do know a lot about this game, and I've coached it for a long time. I've scouted it. What I can tell you is, in my opinion, always follow the acronym KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. And what I'll say is this: don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. All of these cliche sayings I'm spitting at you right now. What I mean is, don't lose sight of the fact that more teams have blown leads this season than in any other season.
3 big comebacks yesterday: the Jets, the Dolphins, and the Arizona Cardinals.
And we ain't one of them. We're not one of them. It ain't pretty. Certainly leaves room for improvement. But we're hanging in there and we're winning football games where other teams are losing these games. Now, simple steps. What are some of the simple steps, Steve? Simple steps, how do you beat these adjustments? Because teams are clearly adjusting. we're getting them in the first half of games. We got them. But then they adjust coming out of half, and we see that they're a little bit more able to defend what we're doing until we kind of switch into that late third, fourth quarter heavy run, get behind our offensive line and push them around a little bit. So what can we do? In my opinion, you can look at something like running the ball a little bit more on first down.
More toys to play with, and he's taking advantage of them.
Hand off to Sanders.
Or getting a little bit more into the short passing game. It doesn't have to be a tunnel screen, right? I don't think that we're particularly bad at running tunnel screens, but I think we do it so much that eventually it catches up to you.
Quick toss. Devontae Smith will work to get the first.
Tight end screens, running back screens, angle routes from the from the running back, flat routes from the running back. I think we need to get ourselves into favorable second and third down situations. In my opinion, if you can get 5 yards on first down, you're just opening up your offense.
And I mean, everything on it looks good.
Wide open Devontae Smith and closing on.
Because now, on a 2nd and 5, a 2nd and 4, a 2nd and 3, a 2nd and 2, I feel pretty comfortable taking a deep shot on you, right? I feel pretty comfortable layering my routes on you. Where I got a vertical route concept, I got something in an intermediate level, and I got to dump off if I need that dump off for a third read, or I got Hurts to run the ball if I need him to run it. That, to me, is where, like, if you can get more favorable first down yardage, okay? Because to be truthful, we've only had 2 3-and-outs in the entire third quarter. There's only 2 of them. And then you also got to factor in 2 3-and-outs, and then we had 2 other plays that just kind of like we had a stuff. Washington stuffed us on a 3rd and short, to where it was like a 3rd and 3. We tried to run the ball with Kenneth Gainwell, and they stuffed it. It was a good run defense we were up against. And we had a blocked field goal in Minnesota. In my opinion, win first down. Well, how do you win first down? By getting 5 yards or more. Win first down, get yourself into favorable situations where you can take those vertical shots down the field and still keep yourself in a very manageable third down situation. To me, this offense gets itself in trouble when it is 3rd and 7 or longer. That is where you see the negative outcomes of plays in the third quarter versus this football team. That's where we see, we're putting ourselves into really bad situations because of holding calls. We're putting ourselves in really bad situations because we're, 3rd and 7. We're giving this defense this time to catch up to us, right? It's going to take a little bit longer of a route development to pick that up, or else you're going to have to throw short of the sticks. We all know that it gets frustrating when every single game you're throwing short of the sticks because you're relying a lot on yak to get you there. We got to be better, guys. I mean, we got to be better at keeping ahead of the sticks. Basically meaning winning first down and getting into very favorable 2nd and 3rd down situations. That's how I think you turn around the outcomes of the third quarter. All right, y'all, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. It's just what it says, guys, by the numbers. I mean, like I said, I got some differences with places like Pro Football Focus, and I got some differences with, really and honestly, I got differences with, StatHead. StatHead is just wrong. Simply put, they haven't tracked it very well. With that said, 17 points is not good. We need to, even if you count the 3 points we got into the fourth quarter, and you say really 20 of those points, the majority of that workload comes in the third quarter, it's not good. It's not a very good point outcome. Like, we're not losing games. We're not trying to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Don't go too crazy into changing things. But at the same time, like, efficiency can be better, right? Getting into more favorable third down situations can lead to a higher third down percentage in terms of us actually converting. It's things like that can definitely get better with this football team, and to be honest, it needs to get better. All right, y'all, leave your comments down below, man. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next video.